Live from the Canadian capital, this is the GBN Television News. GBN, covering you from the Grenadine Island chain to Brooklyn, New York, via the World Wide Web on www.gbn.gd.
The news headlines comes to you compliments Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Offer ends August 31st, 2023. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits.
Police get high commendation for swift intervention that curtailed the spread of fire at Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina. Prime Minister calls for regional effort in disaster preparedness, and in regional news, Guyana government looking to double sugar production. In international news, Russia Defense Chief Shoigu appears in video after Wagner revolt. And coming up in sports, West Indies men loses super over thriller to Netherlands in ICC qualifiers. We'll have the details for you right after this message.
Have you heard about the new Soft Weave bathroom tissue with total hygiene? As hygiene and safety have taken center stage, our bathroom tissue is now manufactured with 3 different technologies to offer the best protection for you and your family. UVC light technology for a safe and effective disinfection process, eliminating 99.9% of microorganisms. Also, production at high temperatures, killing all types of germs and bacteria. And it's pH controlled with delicate fibers to prevent irritation for even sensitive skin. Soft Weave Total Hygiene Bathroom Tissue, available in supermarkets and shops island-wide. Visit Soft Weave Caribbean Facebook or Instagram pages for more information.
And welcome to News at 7. The contents of an alleged second autopsy leaked via social media on Sunday suggest that Josiah Jaunty Robinson died by manual strangulation. The autopsy claims that Jaunty also suffered injuries to his cervical spine. This new piece of information quickly circulated on social media on Sunday, creating quite a stir as an alleged first autopsy performed by a local pathologist had listed his cause of death as drowning. The body of the 24-year-old aspiring artiste and model who resided at Lansepine, St. George's was found on BBC Beach on June 18th. GBN sought an update from the Community Relations Department of the RGPF and was told that a press release in connection with the death of Jaunty will be issued. However, up to news time, this was not forthcoming. GBN will continue to follow this story and bring you updates as they become available. Meanwhile, police on the sister isle of Carriacou are investigating a suspected drowning at Sandy Island on Sunday. Police were called to the scene where the body of 60-year-old Kevin Fleury, a farmer of First Avenue, Carriacou, was recovered from the water and taken to Princess Royal Hospital. He was examined and pronounced dead by a medical doctor. A post-mortem will be conducted to determine the cause of death. The Royal Grenada Police Force is investigating 2 separate shooting incidents on the weekend that left 2 individuals nursing injuries. Police confirmed the occurrence of a shooting incident on Sunday at Crowshoe St. Andrew, which resulted in 1 man sustaining injuries. Another man is in police custody assisting with investigations into that matter. In an unrelated incident on Sunday, officers were called to Lacombe St. David following reports of yet another gunshot being fired. Preliminary information revealed that there was an altercation between three men when one of the men drew an object resembling a gun and threatened to shoot. This was followed by the sound of a loud explosion, and one of the other two men were struck and sustained minor injuries. Villagers intervened, and the assailant fled the scene. Police say he was later apprehended and found to have several injuries to his body. He was taken for medical attention and later admitted as a patient at Mount Gay Psychiatric Hospital. Firemen in Grenada came in for high commendation for their prompt response to Friday night's fire at Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina, which prevented further escalation of the blaze to other vessels.
All that's visible now is the wreckage of two yachts which went up in flames Friday night. The vessels docked at the Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina were completely ruined. According to information reaching our news desk, one of the vessels was relatively new. GBN received information that the cruisers were not occupied at the time of the fire and that the owners are presently off island. Efforts to get an interview with the management at the marina proved futile. However, the news team was referred to a statement from the marina, which reads in part, and I quote, "The team at Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina wishes to express heartfelt thank you to the fire department, the Central Police Station, the MBIA staff, tenants, and clients who responded promptly and was able to curtail the spread of Friday's fire," unquote. Acting Inspector of Police attached to the fire department, Thaddeus Hamilton, also applauded the efforts of the responders.
Responded to the report of a yacht fire at Clark's Court Bay Marina. On arrival at the scene at 11:15, two yachts were observed fully engulfed in flames. Fire suppression operation commenced to contain and extinguish the fire. The operation went into the wee hours of Saturday morning, and during the operation, support was sought from the MBIA fire station to contain and control the fire. It was a Herculean task, but the team did well in executing the mission, thus saving other properties.
The officer said two agents were used in extinguishing the blaze and explained that water is not always the best extinguisher to use based on the nature of the fire.
The initial operations start with the use of water, and the assistance from MBIA saw the employment or the disbursement of foam, which aid in containing and controlling the fire. Fiberglass in its nature is very difficult to contain, and as such, these two mediums were used to contain and control the fire.
Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina, formerly known as Clark's Court Bay Marina, is considered a safe haven for boat storage, especially during the hurricane season. While boat fires often occur while out at sea, Friday's fire is believed to be the first to occur at any marina on the island. Christelina John, GBN News.
A St. Andrew builder has been remanded to the Richmond Hill prison pending sentencing after being found guilty of unlawful carnal knowledge in an 18-year-old matter. Here's Nisha Paul with this report.
In 2006, Charles Roderick was arrested and charged with the offense of defilement of a female under the age of 13. The matter, which finally came up for trial at the St. George's No. 1 High Court before Madam Justice Paula Guilford on June 12th, after an 18-year delay, concluded last week Friday with a 9-member jury delivering a verdict of guilty. Attorney Anselm Clouden, who represented the now 51-year-old Roderick in court, briefly explained the circumstances surrounding his client's conviction in the matter brought against him by the victim, who is now an adult residing in Canada.
It was said that during the construction of a house for the complainant's aunt, he had intercourse with her when she was alone. We argued on certain principles and the like, and he returned the verdict of guilty. The doctor's evidence was that he couldn't see that there was recent sexual intercourse, but that may have constituted some measure of cooperation.
The now convicted man, who has been on bail pending the outcome of his trial, has been remanded to the Richmond Hill prison until sentencing, which is carded for September 21st. Attorney Clouden has hinted at an appeal, taking issue with the length of time that it took to commence the trial.
Now, that delay has caused great prejudice to the case in the context that witnesses' memory would have grown, and you can't quite remember events as accurate as you would if it was tried more recently. The Privy Council was quite clear on that. They said 12 years is excessive, and Bell said 2 years is excessive. The Canadian ASCO says 2 years is excessive to have a man awaiting trial.
Clouden says the Grenada Constitution provides that anyone charged with a criminal offense should be afforded a fair trial within a reasonable time by an independent and impartial court established by law.
So delay is in fact an aspect of constitutional abrogation of rights to a fair trial. And this is what the Privy Council has said.
During the trial, Clouden attempted to make an application before the court in this regard. However, it was not entertained by the female High Court judge, who felt that there was enough time for him to do so in the past. For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
And coming up, Chief Parliamentary Counsel appointed. Stay with us.
Request, repay, repeat with Ariza's FlexiCredit Evergreen Loan Facility. Qualify for a FlexiCredit with limits up to $25,000 or use your home equity to qualify for more. Extra cash at your fingertips whenever you need it, accessed using your debit card, and managed using AMI, Ariza's mobile internet experience app. FlexiCredit allows you the flexibility to top up to your approved limit any day, anytime. Already a member? Send us a WhatsApp on 423-4987. New members join today to apply. Request, repay, repeat. Use your FlexiCredit for vacations, shopping, wedding, general expenses, and more. Ariza loan terms and conditions apply. Ariza Credit Union. Your financial freedom, your future.
In our part of the world, we need to be prepared for natural disasters like storms and hurricanes, even outside of the season. I'm sure you'll agree that keeping our loved ones, homes, and businesses safe is important. So, I came up with a few quick tips to help you stay safe. Familiarize yourself with your electrical panel, as it may be necessary to switch off the power during a storm or flood. Make sure you install a transfer or isolation switch to prevent your generator feeding electricity to Grenlec's line. If trees are too close to power lines, call Grenlec at 237 for advice. By following these easy steps, you will be well on your way to being hurricane ready. Don't be caught off guard by natural disasters. Prepare now. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus, now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Grenada! Pre-pandemic prices on tires are back at Island Star. Shop now and save with drop-in deals on select ceramic and porcelain tires. Store-wide lowest prices on tires since 2020. We're turning back the clock to give you the unbeatable prices on tires you love. And remember, price drops are everywhere at Island Star, giving you the deals you missed and making luxury affordable again. Don't forget, we stock a wide range of bathroom vanities, toilets, shower drains, face basins, faucets, and so much more. Visit us on Munridge Road in Grand Anse or call 439 TAS. When you think tile, think Island Style.
Important announcement for CIBC First Caribbean customers. Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited invites prospective customers to collect their debit and credit cards, checkbooks, night depository keys and bags, and deposit books at its distribution center located at the GV Steel Conference Room, number 14 Church Street, St. George's. The center will be open from June 19th to July 8th, 2023, operating from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Mondays to Fridays, and from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturdays. You will be required to present a valid photo ID for collection. To avoid any delay in your service, we encourage you to visit Co-op Bank's distribution center at your earliest convenience between June 19th and July 8th, 2023. We look forward to welcoming you home.
Welcome home.
The NLA is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway bet by simply adding Multi-X. Place your Playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite Playway symbols or numbers. Then add the Multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With Multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular Playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with Multi-X added to Playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
We've been working to improve our services at the NIS, and we'd like to share some of the improvements with you. We understand that the cost of basic goods is rising globally. To address this, we are pleased to announce a 25% increase in the weekly minimum pension payment from $46.40 to $58. We have also adjusted our minimum survivor's benefit payment to a percentage of the age pension minimum. Widows, widowers, and dependent parents will now receive 100% of the minimum rate or $58 weekly, while children will receive 50% or $29 weekly of the deceased pension. We believe this change was necessary to ensure that our survivors receive the support they need. If you have any questions on how this impacts you and your family, please contact our informational hotline at 440-6647 or visit www.nisgrenada.org. Thank you for allowing us to be your Social Security provider.
GBN leads, the others follow. This segment is brought to you by Republic Bank.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Thinking about your new home? Think easy. Think a Republic Bank Home Easy Loan. Think affordable. Think convenience. Think Republic.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3. Republic makes home easy.
Wow, that was such a breeze.
Own your home with ease.
So whether laying that first brick or purchasing an existing home, we've got you covered. Republic Bank will get you those keys hassle-free in no time.
Home is easy as 1, 2, 3.
Apply for a Home Easy Loan today for a chance to win a cash prize. Getting your new home is easy with Republic Bank.
Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Terms and conditions apply.
government has appointed Ms. Wynette Baker as Chief Parliamentary Counsel to head the legislative drafting portfolio of the Attorney General's chambers. The Legislative Drafting Division is responsible for drafting laws and other statutory instruments for the government of Grenada. The division works closely with ministries and departments to translate policy into law. As an arm of the Office of the Attorney General, it also renders legal opinions on matters requiring statutory interpretation, interfaces closely with the Houses of Parliament, and ensures timely publication of new laws in the Government Gazette. Ms. Baker has over 13 years of experience as a legislative drafter with the Attorney General's chambers. She holds a Bachelor of Laws degree from the University of London, a postgraduate certificate in legal practice at the bar from Manchester Metropolitan University, a post-baccalaureate diploma in legislative drafting from Athabasca University, and a Master of Laws degree with concentration in legislative studies from the University of Ottawa. She is also a member of the Honourable Society of Lincoln's Inn and was called to the bar in England and Wales. Ms. Baker has participated in and represented Grenada at numerous regional and international legislative drafting conferences, meetings, and workshops. She was also part of a contingent from Grenada that participated in training provided by LexisNexis in the United Kingdom and participated in law revision and consolidation training in Antigua. Attorney General and Minister for Legal Affairs, Senator Claudette Joseph, said she's confident that Ms. Baker will ably lead the impressive and progressive legislative agenda of government as they rebuild and reorder the legal function of government. She added that government is very thrilled to have a daughter of the soil fill this critical position, which was last filled in 2011. This is News at 7. Coming up, government offers full scholarships to successful TAMCC students under the Visible Transformation Project. Stay with us.
St. David's, we know you love bingo! And it's been a long while, but now we're finally coming on Sunday, July 2nd from 5 p.m. Bellevue Plainfield is the place to be for the massive $40,000 in cash money bingo. That's right, 40 big ones could be yours. Tickets are only $35 for one or $60 for two. Don't you dare miss this one. Sunday, July 2nd, everybody's gonna be heading to Bellevue Plainfield. St. David's, we're coming. Tango nice again.
Tingo nice again. Tingo nice again.
Grenada, get ready for the biggest Calypso clash of all time as Grenada takes on Trinidad at the 17th annual Hubbard's Legends in Concert. Saturday, July 8th, Grenada Trade Center from 7:30 p.m. Just show me the will you'll get from your father. Our partners, Hubbard's, Grenada Paper Products, Granville Credit Union, Biden and Miners, Gittins Healthcare, Grenada Broadcasting Network, Guardian General, Spiceside Imaging Center, Western Union, the Agriculture Shop, Clear Vision Eye Center, Springs Food Mart, Dollar Savers Auto Part, Rise and Shine Supermarket, Classic Lighting, Victory Bar, Budget Marine, Dean's Mattress, Grenada Trade Center, Creative Do It Best, Grenada Distillers Limited, Catwheels Stationery Service, Blue Bubbles, PA, Rentals and Event Supplies Company, Dana's Tasty Food, and City Inn. Please be seated by 7 p.m. because this one will be epic.
And so it begins, a journey like none other. Every moment has the potential to be unforgettable. Bring home a piece of the tropical green forest with every emerald. Capture the sparkling light of flawless water in a diamond. Make the sunrise and sunsets last forever. With precious colored gemstones, the essence of happiness is in our most precious memories. So, when it all comes to an end, bring home something that will last forever. Colombian Emeralds International. Bring home more than a memory.
A whole new level of convenience and comfort awaits you when you shop at Rise and Shine Supermarket and Hardware Supplies, Griffin Lane, Grenville. Convenient, because we are open Sunday to Sunday. We're even at your service on public holidays. Comfort, because we are easily accessible to the physically challenged. Free Wi-Fi is available while you shop, and bags come at no charge. Everyday low prices and excellent customer care. Adequate parking available. We supply everything you can possibly think of. Family and home supplies, fresh meat, vegetables, and personal care products. All brands of cooking gas at affordable prices. You can send in your order, have it pulled, or pick up express.
What powers my smile? The sun. And it does a whole lot more. Through programs of the PURC, I use the sun to produce my own electricity. So can you, using the sun and other sources of renewable energy. Sign up today at PURC.
Are you into the agricultural industry? Do you want the funds to grow your business? Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans is launching the $20 million agricultural fund. All you need to apply is your ID, proof of address, and 2 references, and you will receive the funding to get the equipment, tools, products, staffing, and services to grow your business. Plus, you pay nothing down, get flexible payment terms, fast approval, and a convenient hassle-free service. Don't hesitate. Apply today at www.readyfinancecaribbean.com or call 405-1257 or 405-3180. Quartz Ready Cash Small Business Loans. Every day we help businesses succeed.
What does it take to be an amazing woman? Lots of me time. Amazing women are classy, fancy, and a little sassy. It's the drink for me. Cheers! Sometimes you've got to show them who's boss. Alpha male? Nah, alpha females are more amazing. Cheers to securing the bag. We make time for ourselves, for work, friends, and we certainly make time for passion. We're simply amazing. Amazing cream liqueur for the amazing woman in you.
Big money, money, money. $3,000 every week for 3 months. What? Yes, it's the NLA's Crazy Cash Giveaway Promotion. Every week from April 11th to June 30th, 3 lucky Daily Games customers will randomly win $1,000 each week. Imagine winning as much as $36,000 in 12 weeks. How? Spend $12 in a single purchase on Daily Cash 4, Daily Pick 3, or Playway. Look for the words Cash Winner on your tickets to collect $1,000. The more you spend $12 on your favorite daily games, the more chances you have to win. Must be 18 or older to participate. All prizes must be collected by July 7th, 2023. Other terms and conditions apply. See stores for details. NLA, making your dreams come true. Money, money, money.
This is GBN. We've got the means, the power, and the medium. This segment is brought to you by Flow.
Why pay full price for your mobile when you can pay half? Just bundle your home internet and mobile services with Flow and save 50% on your mobile bill. That's money in your pockets every month. Plus now you get free YouTube and WhatsApp data. And you can share your plan with up to 3 other numbers. Upgrade now and get a free smartphone. Switch and keep your number. Learn more at discoverflow.co.
Welcome back. With the recent passage of Tropical Storm Brett, which impacted some neighboring islands, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell is urging Grenadians and other Caribbean nationals to recognize the need to prepare for the hurricane season. Rena Pierre-Thomas has this story.
Discussions at the just concluded 40th Annual Caribbean Conference of the Institute of Chartered Accountants of the Caribbean, ICAC, centered around the theme Sustainable Development or Responsibility. The 3-day meeting held in Grenada featured presentations on business economic trends from economic thought shapers, business pioneers, accountancy experts, and regional leaders. Delivering his feature address at the conference, Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell spoke of Grenada's approach to disaster readiness and the role of the ICAC in the fight against natural disasters.
As the Caribbean faces increasing climate-related risk, such as hurricane, building resilient communities and businesses are critical. This year, our hurricane season is predicted to be an active one. Of the 12 to 17 total named storms for 2023, 5 to 9 of these are anticipated to become hurricanes, with 1 to 4 becoming major hurricanes. Natural disasters impact our lives and livelihoods, redounding to national, regional, and economic impacts, all of which have a domino effect. And so we need to be ready.
Prime Minister Mitchell issued a call for Grenadians and other Caribbean nationals to recognize the need to prepare for the hurricane season, especially with the first tropical storm for the Atlantic hurricane season passing through the Lesser Antilles a few days ago.
In Grenada, our National Emergency Advisory Council is alert and crucial to topics such as security services, shelter management, disaster relief management. These are all areas that are at the forefront of its agenda. Regular regional exchanges serve to strengthen our collective preparedness and commitment to safeguarding ourselves. Through your financial acumen, you can help organizations assess and manage these risks effectively, enabling them to adapt and thrive in an ever-changing environment.
The Prime Minister underscored the importance of the decisions made now regarding sustainable development and how they can affect future generations.
The challenges we face in achieving sustainable development are multifaceted and complex. Our actions today have a profound impact on the well-being of future generations, and it is our duty to ensure that we leave behind a legacy of resilience, prosperity, and environmental stewardship. So yes, sustainability is your responsibility, as it is the responsibility of governments and citizens alike. We each have our part to play, and no action taken in the interest of sustainability is too small or insignificant, nor too grand, nor too noble.
The ICAC conference provides a forum for knowledge sharing among accounting and finance professionals in the Caribbean. For GBN News, I'm Rena Pett Thomas reporting.
The Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, MIT, which is headed by Member of Parliament for St. George South, Minister Andy Williams, is reporting significant improvements in the government's project implementation rate. The ministry, which is an initiative of the current administration, has a mandate to boost the country's implementation rate for development projects and strengthen relations with international funding agencies.
According to our budget implementation matrix, for to date, we can see that our implementation rate is approximately 87%.
Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, during the last sitting of the Lower House of Parliament, also revealed that the project implementation rate for the Sister Isle of Carriacou has surpassed expectations. In his national address to mark his government's one-year anniversary last Wednesday, Prime Minister John Mitchell shared that the ideal vision is for the government to be able to support its own development initiatives. As this is not yet possible, the Prime Minister acknowledged the need for support from various international funding agencies, whether through loans or grants, for the government to meet its obligations.
A review of our financial standing and the implementation rates on the many projects and initiatives that our lenders entrusted to us were managed lukewarm at best, and in many cases, utterly shameful. It was not surprising that upon entering office, that we were advised by several development partners and funding agencies that Grenada was on the verge of losing major projects, totaling millions of dollars.
The OECS Tourism Competitiveness Project, which finally broke ground in January after a 6-year delay, is one of the many contracts that were successfully renegotiated by the Ministry of MIT.
This project, which seeks to revitalize Fort George, was 6 years old, and the implementation rate was 0. We can now proudly report, 1 year in, that this project currently has an implementation rate of 63%.
Other projects successfully renegotiated include the Digital Governance for Resilience, which seeks to support Grenada's digital government strategy, the United Kingdom Caribbean Infrastructure Partnership Fund UK CIF facility for the implementation of the capital phase of the Southern St. George Water Supply Expansion Project, and the Climate Resilience Agriculture for Integrated Landscape Management Project, which seeks to ensure sustainable agricultural practices.
Take this opportunity to commend our Minister of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, the MP for the Great South, who truly mobilized efforts to renegotiate these contracts to ensure that the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique would not lose the benefits of these transformational projects.
For GBN News, I'm Nisha Paul.
The government is set to award full scholarships to successful students participating in its Visible Transformation project. Chrislina John has this story.
Students of the T.A. Marshall Community College are being given an opportunity to obtain full scholarships for creating designs appropriate for government's transformation project, which is geared at occupying and beautifying specific green spaces around the island. During the unveiling of the project's billboard on the Kirani James Boulevard on Friday, Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Perrin Johnson, said this initiative is another aspect of the Visible Transformation project.
We had reached out to the students at the T.A. Marshall Community College to be part of what we call a transformational design challenge, where they are going to be part of providing the design for the various places and spaces to be transformed. And I'm happy to say that to date we have viewed one. In fact, not one, we have viewed 2 of the proposed beautification design by students of the T.A. Marshall Community College. And following our review of the design, I can only say that Grenada is in safe hands with our youths.
P.S. Johnson said the Cabinet has given the green light for this particular initiative.
Part of that challenge, Cabinet has already agreed that to compensate the students for their hard work and dedication towards the project, we would be awarding not 1, not 2, but we will be awarding 3 full scholarships for the students placing in the first place of the project who would have participated in this project.
Minister for Mobilization, Implementation and Transformation, Andy Williams, said young people are very talented and if given an opportunity, the sky can be the limit. The public will also get a view of the designs submitted by the TAMCC students.
And I also want to really congratulate Ms. Tori and Torian from TAMCC, who's sitting right there in black. And they were responsible last week, Friday, for showing us their new plans for the Port Highway and even here in the Boulevard.
The sites identified for beautification under the project are the Kirani James Boulevard, the Grenville Bus Terminal, the Carriacou Botanical Gardens, Port Highway, Liver Wetlands, Lassages, and Lower Queen Street, St. Mark. Chrislina John, GBN News.
Missing a cherished pet is a painful experience. These owners are seeking your help to have their pet dog returned home. It's time for GBN I Saw.
Our citizen journalist tonight is seeking the public's assistance in locating their dog. The canine, who answers the name Mindy, was last seen at Bayview Drive in Fort Judy between 8 and 8:30 a.m. on Friday. Mindy is described to be no more than 6 inches off the ground and about 1 foot in length. She is mostly black with white eyebrows, a white mouth, and white chest, and weighs no more than 10 pounds. The family is increasing the reward from $1,000 to $1,500, the equivalent of 4,005 EC dollars, for anyone with information that leads to Mindy's safe return. Mindy's owners can be contacted on telephone numbers 535-4836, 538-4085, or 406-6525. Send us your photo and video submissions via WhatsApp at 405-3052 or our other social media platforms.
Health officials are encouraging Grenadians to take precautions and be mindful that COVID-19 is still present. Acting Chief Medical Officer Dr. Sean Charles wants people to continue the hygienic practices that prevent the spread of the virus. This report from the Ministry of Health.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Religious Affairs is encouraging Grenadians to take precautionary measures against COVID-19, which, according to the Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Sean Charles, is still present despite the pandemic being declared over. During a media briefing on Wednesday, the CMO explained,
COVID has continued to be identified consistently throughout the period. All right, so COVID has always been there. It did not leave us. So we were experiencing cases of COVID, but the detections of COVID were less than these other viruses that I mentioned from testing.
Since the discontinuation of the public health emergency and pandemic, the ministry's monitoring and data collection efforts were conducted weekly as per international standards and not daily, as it were, at the height of the pandemic.
We have transitioned now to monitor the positive detections of COVID on a weekly basis. So now we receive weekly reports, and those numbers have not changed much over the weeks, but except the last 3 weeks. The last 3 weeks we have noted a steady increase in the number of detections of COVID cases. All right. For example, for the last week that we monitored, 71 cases were detected. The week before that, 42, and the week before that, 26. So, as can be noted, we're seeing a gradual increase in the number of cases. Now, this is nowhere near to the numbers that we were seeing when we were experiencing the more acute phases, or the more earlier phases of the COVID pandemic. But it calls our attention to the fact that this condition is still there, and we ask the public to still be mindful that it is there.
Meanwhile, although the ministry has the matter under control, the CMO said contingencies are in place and additional preparations are being made to effectively manage and prevent a surge in cases.
This has, it has prompted us to consider our contingencies, because if we are seeing this many persons coming in for COVID, then we have to make preparations to ensure that we can manage them and we don't have a surge, and we can manage any sort of issues surrounding this. So we just want the public to understand that all of these things are there, and you still need to take precaution.
It was an exciting night for the contestants representing Mardi Gras and La Barrie at the Little Mr. and Mrs. St. Paul's Queen's Show as they captured the crowns at the weekend event. More in this report.
7-year-old Zaria Scott and 6-year-old cousin St. Louis are the 2023 Mr. and Mrs. St. Paul, beating out a field of 8 other contestants to claim the respective title on Saturday night at the St. Paul's Community Center. Participants showcased their talents, elegance, and creativity on the night of the show. Here are some extracts of their performance. The newly crowned king and queen spoke of how happy they are with the results.
I am feeling excited and good. I help mommy shop. I practice hard and I was in practice every time.
My name is Cousin St. Louis and I came first. I feel happy.
Placing second place in girls is 10-year-old Zuri Briggs and 9-year-old Zayden Matuin. In the boys, both representing the village of Laborie. Zuri Briggs shared her experience in the show.
I feel excited that I won second place and I'll be able to participate in other beauty pageants. My preparation was very easy. By the help of my mom, I got success in everything. My mom is the only one I love right now.
Little Paula Pie City captured the 3rd position in girls. There was only 2 contestants competing in the boys category. For GBN News, I am Rena Pet Thomas reporting.
And stay with us. We'll have the sports report when we return.
Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited has the credit cards to suit your needs. Choose any one of our 3 Visa credit cards, Classic, Infinite, or Signature, and enjoy the affordability, security, and convenience they all offer. Get value for your money with Visa Reward Points. The more you spend, the more points you earn. Co-op Bank is giving you options. You have the choice. We've got the cards. Tailor-made just for you. Visit www.grenadacoopbank.com for more information or call or visit any one of our retail banking units.
Welcome home. When you need your prescription filled or you require non-prescribed medication, supplements, or all your personal needs, visit Gittins Healthcare at locations on Wall Street, Grandans, Victoria Street, Granville, and Central Deputy Street, Wall. Gittins Healthcare aims to provide an exceptional personalized pharmacy experience. Additionally, children under 5 and adults 55 years and over will enjoy 10% discount on purchases of $20 and over on prescription medication. Stop settling for less. Visit Gittins Healthcare, where your health is our priority.
Is giving you more chances to multiply your Playway winnings by adding Multi-X to your regular Playway bets to win up to 5 times more. Imagine winning as much as $1,200 instead of $240 with a $10 Playway playway bet by simply adding multi-X. Place your playway bets from $1 to $10 or in increments on your favorite playway symbols or numbers. Then add the multi-X option at the same value to win 2 times, 3 times, 5 times more, or free plays. With multi-X, you must bet the same amount wagered on your regular playway bets for your winnings to be multiplied. Grenadians, value your dreams and win your way as much as 5 times more with multi-X added to playway and watch your money grow. Must be 18 years or older to play. NLA, making your dreams come true.
And good evening, sports fans. Well, Netherlands defeated West Indies in their ICC World Cup 2023 qualifier at the Takashinga Cricket Club in Harare. Initially, West Indies posted 374 for 6 in 50 overs, courtesy of an unbeaten ton by Nicholas Pooran, who scored 104. Meanwhile, Saqib Zulfikar and Bas de Leed took 2 wickets for the Dutch. Chasing a target of 375 runs, Netherlands reached 374 for 9 in 20 overs, with Teja Nida Manaru, who scored 111, smacking a ton. For Windies, Roston Chase scalped 3 wickets. In the super over, Logan van Beek smacked an unbeaten knock of 30 runs off 6 balls, as Netherlands posted 30 for 0. Chasing 31, West Indies were restricted to 8 for 2, with Van Beek scalping 2 wickets. And now moving on, Super Strikers put their unbeaten record on the line when they play West Point in the St. David Cricket League tomorrow. The match bowls off at 5:30 p.m. at Las Jess, and then on Wednesday, Police will clash with MCC at the same venue, while Upsetters will play St. David Masters the following day. 3 centuries have been scored in the tournament thus far. And Hurricanes SC have made the perfect start to their title defense in the Premier League, beating Hard Rock 2-1 over the weekend. In other matches, Saab Spartan went under to FC Cameroon 2-1. Sunsetters lost to Queen's Park Rangers 2-1, and Paradise FC got the better of St. John Sports 4-1. And finally, moving now to League A of the Sandals under 15. The Eagles Super Strikers had to settle for a 1-1 draw with St. Andrews Football League. Meanwhile, Honved pulled out all the stops to humiliate combined Northerners 12-0, while FC Cameroon were handed an 8-0 drubbing by QPR. Over in the B League, 5 Stars were 0, RGPF 4, Saints 1, and Mountain Ridge SC 3. Hard Rock 4. And Luka Modric has signed a new 1-year deal, which will keep him at Real Madrid until the summer of 2024. The Croatian midfielder, whose contract had been set to expire at the Bernabeu, had been linked with a move to Saudi Arabia's Pro League. Modric, who's 37, has made 488 appearances for Real, winning 3 La Liga titles and the Champions League 5 times since arriving from Tottenham in 2012. He also won the Ballon d'Or in 2018 as Croatia reached the World Cup final. And that's what's been happening in the world of sports. And now for a look at what's been happening around the region and the wider globe today. We'll start off in Barbados, where ahead of plans to transform the Grantley Adams International Airport, changes are already taking place at the facility. And according to Minister in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, Ryan Strawn, money-making opportunities are in store for Barbadians. Sharika Griffith has more in this report.
Government is planning to expand the range of services it currently offers in the civil aviation space. Minister in the Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, Ryan Strawn, was speaking during the dedication ceremony for the newest building at the airport, the Private Aircraft Services Jet Center. He's commended the move, which he expects will not only create jobs, but investment opportunities for Barbadians. Chief Executive Officer Joseph Kelman explains the business offers a premier concierge service to pilots, passengers, and private aircraft entering and exiting the airport.
We have a brand new concierge service that meets you at the bottom of the flight of the aircraft and bring you here. And you are processed here through customs and immigration. And as you said, the process can take about 20 minutes.
In addition to its security scanner and immigration checkpoint, customers also have access to 2 electric vehicles, one of which is wheelchair accessible. The building is also outfitted with an elevator to accommodate people who are physically challenged. Private Air Services was incorporated in 1997. Sharika Griffith, CBC News.
And now to Guyana, where the government believes it can double the level of productivity in the sugar industry and other agricultural sectors by using new plant varieties it gets through new foreign partnerships. Simultaneously, Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo said the government will be investing in new facilities in Guyana's northernmost administrative region, Region 1, so that crops produced there can be directly exported to the Caribbean. We have more in this report.
We have resumed all the discussions we've had with India on developing all the spices and the greater productivity in the rice sector and cane by maybe even doubling the output in these sectors with just a change in the variety of the plants that we use. The tissue culture lab to do 4 million plants, bringing in the Brazilian dwarf, 35,000 nuts. All of those, we have refocused on that. We're going to see a big focus back on the agricultural sector.
That was Vice President Dr. Bharat Jagdeo speaking at a press conference at the Office of the President on Thursday. Dr. Jagdeo reminded reporters that the government has been engaging several bilateral partners on pushing food security efforts locally. Aside from India, Guadeloupe and the Dominican Republic are providing aid. Jagdeo, however, noted that emphasis is also being placed on pushing food production in Region 1, since produce from that region can be exported directly to the Caribbean.
So I've had discussion with the regional chairman over the course of this week, and we're looking, and also some of our activists in Port Kaituma in these areas, we're looking to establish a major nursery there. And so the Ministry of Agriculture will go there and look in to see if we can upgrade certification so our products can sail directly into the Caribbean from these areas without having to come to the coast.
Earlier this year, President Dr. Irfan Ali had said that the new MV Malaysia, a modern ship built in collaboration with India, would allow producers in the region to export crab meat, ground provisions, and other produce directly to Trinidad and Tobago and the wider Caribbean. Reporting for the newsroom, Vishani Raghabir.
And now to Russia, where Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has made his first public appearance after Wagner Group chief Yevgeny Prigozhin demanded he quit in a rebellion in Russia over the weekend that sent shockwaves across the world. A video released on Monday by Shoigu's ministry showed him visiting Russian troops in the Ukraine. We get details in this report.
Russia's defense ministry has released undated footage of Sergei Shoigu. It's the first footage that's emerged since Wagner called for his sacking as its fighters marched towards Moscow, but later withdrew. The head of the mercenary group, Yevgeny Prigozhin, blamed Shoigu for starving his men of munitions and even launching attacks on them. NATO's Secretary General says the Wagner mutiny shows Russia's foreign policy mistakes.
The events over the weekend are an internal Russian matter, and yet another demonstration of the big strategic mistake that President Putin made with his legal annexation of Crimea and the war against Ukraine.
The European Union's top diplomat believes instability in a country with the most nuclear weapons in the world should concern everyone.
It's not a good thing to see that a nuclear power like Russia can go into a phase of a political instability. It's also something that has to be taken into account.
And China's foreign ministry has also weighed in on the developments.
The incident of the Wagner Group you mentioned is Russia's internal affair. As Russia's friendly neighbour and comprehensive strategic partner of coordination for the new era, China supports Russia in maintaining national stability.
Prigozhin was to be banished to Belarus and was initially understood to have had charges against him dropped in exchange. But some Russian media are reporting the Wagner boss remains under investigation. Mike Lappel, Al Jazeera.
And that's what's been happening around the world today, June the 26th. And now for a recap of the night's top headlines. Grenadians await confirmed reports on John T. Robinson autopsies. Police get high commendation for swift intervention that curtailed the spread of fire at Clark's Court Bay Boatyard and Marina. Prime Minister calls for regional efforts in disaster preparedness. And in regional news, Guyana government looking to double sugar production. On the international front, Russia Defense Chief Shoigu appears in video after Wagner was rolled. And in sports, West Indies men loses super over thriller to Netherlands in ICC qualifiers. If you missed any part of this newscast, there will be a repeat broadcast at 10 o'clock tonight. Continue to follow us online at www.gbn.gd or on GBN Television Facebook page and YouTube channel for these and other top stories. I'm Stasia Blake, and that's the news. Thank you so much for joining us. Have a good night.